Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The bold and the beautiful recap is finally in for Friday, July 18, 2025. In today's episode, Liam Spencer, Scott Clifton, wakes up to a big reunion. Katie Logan, Heather Tom, opens up to Will Spencer, Crew Morrow. Plus, Taylor Hayes, Rebecca Budig, and Brooke Logan, Catherine Kelly Lang, make a pact. At Bill Spencer's, Don Diamond, place, the nurse is tending to Liam. After getting off the phone, Bill says they are about to expect company. Make sure to check out our next week B&B spoilers here. Hope Logan, Annika Noel, Steffi Forrester Finnegan, Jacqueline Missinswood, and John Finn Finnegan, Tanner Novlin, arrive, all wanting to see Liam. Bill explains that there was no time to discuss it with them. Grace Buckingham, Cassandra Creech, said they needed to act immediately, so he did. Bill explains that it had to be done secretly because of all the red tape in the US. They think they got all of the tumor, but they are still waiting on one final MRI. Finn wants literature on the procedure and the numbers. Bill doesn't have any of that. There is a text from Grace. The latest MRI results show that the entire tumor is gone. Finn calls it a miracle and Liam is overwhelmed with emotion. At Forrester Creations, Taylor and Rich Forrester, Thorsten K. talk. Brooke enters and asks how they are doing. The blonde asks about Steffi. Rich declares Luna Nozawa, Lisa Yamada, won't be a problem ever again. They are all grateful to Liam, but they still believe he's dying. Taylor asks about canceling the trip to Italy. Brooke fears they will be out of the country when Liam passes away. Rich advises against postponing the trip, but promises to do what's right for the family. Taylor says it's important that they unite to help Steffi and Hope be there for Kelly Spencer, Sofia Perez, and Beth Spencer, Jordan Lynn Ariza. Brooke totally agrees. In another office, Electra Forrester, Linnea Grace, rants about Looney Luna to Will. Katie arrives and says Liam survived the gunshot, but he'll still die. Will gets emotional thinking about his brother dying. Will insists they will try every option. Will starts to cry in front of his mom as Electra tries to console him. Back over with Liam, everyone is rejoicing over this medical miracle. However, could there be side effects or other concerns after the fact? Hope, Steffi, and Finn still look baffled. But everyone is thrilled that Liam is going to live. After all, Los Angeles was abuzz with tension, tears, and truth on Friday, July 18, as the bold and the beautiful delivered another emotional roller coaster. Liam's medical crisis deepened with an MRI that could change everything. Young Will Spencer stumbled upon something that could rock Bill's world, and Taylor and Brooke did the unthinkable. They came together for the sake of their children. Let's dive into the 2,000-word breakdown of all the juicy drama. Liam's MRI. A scan with scandalous implications. At the hospital, Liam lay still as the MRI machine hummed around him. The room was sterile, the air heavy with a kind of dread only uncertainty can bring. Dr. John Finn Finnegan stood at the monitors outside the room, arms crossed, a deep furrow in his brow. The results would provide more clarity about the pressure on Liam's brain, and possibly explain his erratic behavior in recent weeks. Hope arrived moments later, a worried look in her eyes. "How is he?" she whispered, trying not to let her voice crack. Finn sighed. "We're almost done with the scan. I'll need a bit of time to go over the images, but Hope, there are things that aren't adding up. Liam's disorientation, his memory lapses. This might go deeper than we thought." Hope swallowed hard, her hands trembling. "He still thinks we're married," she confessed. "He called me his wife again this morning, right in front of Steffi. And Steffi looked destroyed." Finn's eyes softened. This isn't just confusion. Depending on what the MRI shows, it's possible there's neurological damage. As the scan concluded, Liam was wheeled out, awake but dazed. "Hope, did the wedding already happen?" he mumbled, slurring slightly. Hope blinked away tears. No, sweetheart. You're just resting. Don't worry, we're here. Finn exchanged a grim look with Hope. Whatever the MRI revealed, it was clear that Liam Spencer was not himself. And the journey to recovery might be more complicated than anyone anticipated. Will's discovery. As Spencer's secret emerges. Meanwhile, across town at Bill's estate, a surprise storyline began to stir, thanks to young Will Spencer. Will, now a sharp-witted teen with more curiosity than Bill could manage, had returned from boarding school for the summer. After a quick catch-up with his father about beach plans and college prospects, he wandered into the home office, searching for a charger, and stumbled across something far more explosive. A locked drawer had been left ajar, classic Bill oversight, and inside, Will found a manila envelope marked confidential. Luna Nozawa, paternity file. His eyes widened as he flipped it open. DNA results, names, test dates, and at the bottom, Subject A. William Spencer Ty, listed as a 99.9% probability biological father. Will's mouth dropped. Dad is Luna's dad. He heard footsteps and quickly stuffed the file back into the drawer, heart pounding. Later that day, Will confronted Bill casually by the pool. So, how's Luna? He asked, sipping his soda like nothing was amiss. Bill raised an eyebrow. She's doing fine, as far as I know. Why? Will shrugged. No reason. Just thought it was cool how close you've gotten. Almost like a father figure. Bill chuckled uneasily, but Will's eyes narrowed. He was onto something, and while he didn't confront Bill just yet, it was clear Will knew. And this secret wouldn't stay buried for long. Taylor and Brooke, frenemies no more? At Forrester Creations, the unthinkable happened. Brooke Logan and Dr. Taylor Hayes, longtime frenemies and rivals in love and ideology, found themselves in the same room, agreeing on something. It started when Ridge called them both in to discuss Steffi and Hope's feud and how it was affecting everyone. I'm not asking you two to be best friends, Ridge said. But we need a united front if we're going to stop this war between our daughters. Brooke folded her arms. Hope is hurt. She tried so hard to support Steffi and Finn, and now with Liam's condition, everything's out of control. Taylor nodded slowly. And Steffi feels like Hope is encroaching on her family. She's protective of Liam, even though she's with Finn. But the lines are blurred, and now with Liam's memory, he's dragging them both through the mud. Brooke sighed. It's not their fault. It's his. There was a beat of silence. Then Taylor said, maybe it's not even his fault, Brooke. What if it's medical? Brooke blinked. You think he has brain damage? Taylor nodded. We don't know what the MRI will reveal, but we need to stop letting this triangle repeat itself every time a man gets confused. Brooke sat down beside her, exhaling. Maybe we need to do something different this time. Taylor looked at her old rival, surprised. You mean, work together? Brooke smiled faintly. For our girls? Yes. Let's end the cycle. Let's stop repeating history. They shook hands, and in that moment, decades of animosity softened, just slightly. Steffi's fury, Hope's despair. Back at the Cliff House, Steffi was in a whirlwind of rage. She had seen too much. Hope had gone to the hospital again, against Steffi's wishes, and it was clear that Liam was still in love with her. And worse, Hope seemed to be leaning into it. Finn had called Steffi earlier with a preliminary scan info. I'll explain more when I see you, but something in Liam's scan doesn't look right. Please, don't pressure him into choosing right now. But Steffi had already made up her mind. Liam needs boundaries, and so does Hope. She picked up her phone and sent a text to Hope, come to the house. We need to talk, now. When Hope arrived, she was met with icy silence. I know Liam's confused, Steffi said. But you're not. You know he's with me now. You know we moved forward. Hope, eyes puffy, replied. He thinks we're still married, Steffi. He doesn't remember your life together. I can't just abandon him. Steffi's voice rose. This isn't about his memory. This is about you seeing an opportunity to take him back, Hope's voice cracked. I never asked for this. I didn't want him like this. I still love him. The silence that followed was deafening. I do too, Steffi whispered. But I'm not going to fight for a man who can't even remember the last 2 years of his life. Hope looked down. Then what do we do? Neither woman had an answer, not yet. Bill's private dilemma. Back at Spencer Publications, Bill was unaware that his son had uncovered a truth he had been keeping under wraps. He stared at the same file Will had snooped into, remembering the decision to bury it. Months ago, Poppy had begged him to keep it quiet, for Luna's sake, for her own, and for the delicate balance they were all trying to preserve. But as he looked at the 99.9% match, Bill felt something gnawing at him. He had missed out on so much of Will's upbringing, and now Luna, a full-grown woman, might never know the truth. He stared at his phone, hovering his finger over Poppy's contact. He didn't call. Not yet. Finn's news. The results are in. By late afternoon, Finn returned to the waiting room with grim certainty. Hope, Steffi, and Ridge were all there. I've reviewed Liam's MRI results, he began. And there's something you all need to hear. They leaned forward in unison. There's a lesion, pressure on his frontal lobe. It's likely responsible for his memory disruption, confusion, and emotional disorientation. In short, Liam isn't in control of his impulses or his sense of time. This isn't just trauma, it's physical. Hope gasped. Ridge stood up, his jaw clenched. Will he recover? Steffi asked. With treatment, yes, Finn said. But it will take time and patience. And until then, he shouldn't be making any life-altering decisions, romantic or otherwise. Hope and Steffi exchanged a look. That meant Liam couldn't choose between them, at least not now. Focus on healing him, Finn said gently. Everything else can wait. Final montage. Threads intertwined. As the episode came to a close, the show gave us a beautifully crafted montage of all the major players. Liam lay in his hospital bed, a tear rolling down his cheek as he whispered, Hope. Steffi, I'm sorry. Will stared at a sketchpad, drawing the DNA strands he'd seen in the file. The words Luna, Spencer, scribbled at the top. Brooke and Taylor clinked coffee cups in the Forrester office, a fragile truce settling between them. Bill stood on his balcony, staring into the Los Angeles night, as he finally dialed Poppy's number. Steffi and Hope sat on opposite sides of Liam's hospital room, both silently crying, both refusing to walk away. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our Boldy and BA UPDAT YouTube channel for more update news.